Hello everyone and welcome back to Butterfly Dreams Crochet. Yep, it's me again, Jeannie. And yep, today's still Wednesday, May the 12th, 2021. I told you I'm so far behind in videos, but I'm getting them done today. So Miss Connie from Just Another Stitch tagged me in the 10 crochet and or knitting question tags. So I'm here to answer those questions. Again, I will leave Miss Connie's link down below. Miss Connie does both crochet and knitting, y'all, and she just released a new pattern called the Lemonade Beanie. That beanie is gorgeous, but I do not knit. So for all y'all knitters out there, I'll leave her link down below. Go check her out and grab that pattern for that Lemonade Beanie because it is beautiful. Okay, question number 1. How long have you been crocheting and are knitting? I've been crocheting for 42 years. Number 2. How did you learn to crochet and or knit? My grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was 5 years old. I taught myself how to do the basics in knitting probably about 10 years ago. But my grandmother is the one who taught me how to crochet. Number 3, what made you want to learn to crochet and or knit? Because I wanted to be just like my grandmother. I used to watch her crochet, and when I was smaller, and I used to watch all of the beautiful things that she used to take a hook and yarn and make. So when she felt the time was right, she taught me how. I was always curious about knitting, so I said I was going to give it a try. So I bought that little kit that says I taught myself how to knit, and I did. I went through that little book, and I learned the basics of how to cast on, how to do the knit and purl stitch and stuff like that, the garter stitch, but that's as far as I got. I'm not going to say it's not for me. That may be something in my future where I pick up some knit needles again and attempt it. But, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Number 4. What is the first thing you crocheted and or knitted? The very first thing that I ever crocheted was a granny square. That's what my grandmother taught me to crochet. The very first thing that I ever knitted was just a little panel, and that was while I was teaching myself how to knit. Number 5. What is the last thing that you crocheted and or knitted? The last thing that I crocheted was actually my very own first pattern, the stitch marker wall hanger. I will insert a picture here so you can see it. Now, the last thing that I did actually knit, I did knit a beanie. I did. I don't have a picture of it. I do still have it. If I can find it, I will take a picture and I will insert it here. If you don't see a picture, then you know I couldn't find it. Number 6, what is the last stitch or technique that you learned how to crochet and or knit? I guess it would be that cable stitch that I used in my stitch marker wall hanger pattern. It's not your normal cable stitch, but it's called a cable stitch. I got it from the Crochet Stitch Dictionary. It's a really beautiful stitch, and it was perfect for my wall hanger. Knit, like I said, was the knit and purls and the garter stitch. That's the ones I've learned. Number 7, what are you currently crocheting and or knitting? I'm not knitting. I am currently crocheting on my next pattern. It will be a pocket shawl. It's going to be very beautiful. I hope to have that done sometime in the next week or so. I will get it sent out to some testers and have them tested, and then once I get their feedback, then I will release it. Number 8. What is something that you want to learn how to crochet and or knit? Ooh, that's a tough one. Excuse me, because I've pretty much crocheted. Oh, I crochet ponchos, I crochet shawls, I've done blankets of different styles and textures and stuff. I've crocheted scarves, I've crocheted hats, I've crocheted booties, I've crocheted socks, I've crocheted fingerless gloves. I've even crocheted kitchen sets. I do doilies and stuff like that, so that one's a tough one. What I would like to learn how to do is to figure up the darn math of a stitch to do it in the round. Like, if just say, for example, if you wanted to learn how to do, if you wanted to make a 4-point poncho, and just say the stitch called for, the stitch pattern says the foundation chain needed to be worked in 4 plus 3, or 4 plus 2, or 12 plus 3, or whatever it is. How would you calculate that to do a 2-point poncho in the round? Do you do it based on what the foundation says? Because I know sometimes the foundation row, when it tells you to add stitches, it's not per se for the stitch itself, but it's for your turning chain. So do you do it based on the foundation, what it says do the foundation row by, and then you add a couple of stitches for your points? Or if anybody knows, leave it down below, please. Please, please, please. Number 9. What has been your worst frogging experience with crochet? Oh my God, where do I begin? I was crocheting with some, what kind of yarn was that? Oh, y'all give me a minute. It'll come to me. It was an ice yarn. I want to say it wasn't the Picasso. I don't think. It may have been the Picasso. But I went to frog that, and oh my God. Thank God I had not got very far down my foundation chain, because I ended up just cutting it off and throwing it away. It was terrible. I couldn't get it to frog. So certain types of yarns, just be careful with them, because you won't be able to frog them. So that was very frustrating. Number 10. What project that you have crocheted and or knitted have you been the most proud of? That is an easy one, because back in I started working there in 2005. Probably around 2008. I'm not sure the exact year. But I had got a Winnie the Pooh crochet Afghan cross stitch book. It has Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, and Piglet in it. And what you do is you crochet your blanket using all single crochets. Then you come back, and that becomes your, once you finish your crochet blanket, that becomes your what they call 8-a-cloth for cross stitch. And then you come back in and cross stitch the Winnie the Pooh or whatever you're working on. I will insert a picture here of the finished one, because I did finish it. One of the nurses that I was working with at the nursing home was expecting her first grandbaby, and it went to her. So I actually crocheted another one and was doing piglet in it. Last time I actually worked on it was in 2012. And y'all, these were all done with Red Heart Super Saver. But you know, I can't use Red Heart Super Saver anymore. And we were cleaning out. We have a camper here behind the office that I'm in. And it used to be the office. And we were cleaning it out about 3 weeks ago. And I was going through a box. And I found my piglet blanket. I don't think I've taken a picture of it, but if I have, I'll insert it somewhere in here. But it's not finished, and I gave all of my Red Heart Super Saver yarn away, so I don't have any, and I'm not going to buy any. I do have the Premier Basics, so I'm going to match those colors up to the best of my ability, and I will finish Piglet. Those, I have to say, that the Winnie the Pooh that I did, that was my absolute favorite project that I was the most proud of. Because I used to cross stitch with the Ada cloth. My eyesight's done got so bad now to where I can't do it anymore. I can't see good enough. Maybe if I got the bigger size Ada cloth, I might could go back to doing it. In my closet right over there, I have the trays with the dividers in them and stuff, and I have all of my thread on bobbins with the number of each colorway and stuff like that on them. And I have probably like 6 of those. My husband blessed me with that. He really he took me to Michael's and told me to get all the colors, and he picked out those little containers and the bobbins, and hey, I was happy with it. So, and I have some Ada cloth. I may actually pick it back up. I don't know. That would be something good to do in between when you want a break from crocheting or you've lost your crojo. You can start, because if you started back cross stitching, it definitely put you back into your in your crojo mode. So, yeah. But that is those questions. So, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And again, if I know I have the picture of the Winnie the Pooh blanket, and I know I have the picture of something else I told y'all I was going to insert in there. I'll have to go back and watch the video. Well, as I'm editing, I'll know, and I'll put it in there. So I hope y'all have a good evening, and I will see y'all again, because the next ones won't be recorded till I get back home, and y'all have your luscious yarn to look at then. So because I need to do a couple of update videos on my cardigan crochet along that I'm doing with DIY Creations, and I need to do a video joining Granny D from Knit Purl and Squirrels Moss Stitch Challenge for the month of May. Told you I got a lot to do, but I'm going to get it done. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good evening. I will see y'all in the next video. And remember, always be kind and remember to smile. See y'all later. Bye-bye.